Okay, yeah, fine. Thank you. Okay, so as you know, this is a webinar, and today we will be discussing some basics of Linux server administration, and we will see what is this Amazon Web Services. Okay, and then we will see where exactly this career can take us. Okay, what are the job opportunities we have, where we can apply for these jobs. Okay, and before we apply for a job, let us see what we can learn. Okay, all these things we'll try to see in our session today. Fine. Now, before we see what exactly is Red Hat Server Administration and what is this Amazon Web Services, I'll just introduce myself so that you can know what you can expect from me actually. Okay. Now, I'm Shakeel Aman here. Okay. I have, 14 plus years of experience in this IT industry. Okay. Now, what I did in my last 14-15 years actually, I started my career as a Windows Server Administrator. Okay. So whenever you talk about servers, there are majorly two servers we talk, right? One is Windows and another one is your Linux server. So I know the Windows Server Administration part as well as the Linux Server Administration part. See, back in those days, let us go back to 2007, 2008 actually, when people started learning the administration, they used to learn Windows Server Administration, Linux Administration, and there is something called Network Administration. There are some courses like CCNA, CCNP, CCI. Those courses are still in demand. Those courses will remain in demand forever, actually. Okay. So I started my journey from here. Server administration, that is on Windows and Linux. And then with server administration, I did plenty of things in my network administration career also. Okay, fine. With the server administration and the network administration, friends, I did my virtualization, VMware, ESXi servers, and all those things. If you go back in 2010, 2012, virtualization was one of the most demanding job roles actually. Because of this virtualization, we have the concept of cloud computing. Okay, so what is virtualization? What is cloud computing? All these things we will see in great details, but as of now, around 10, 12 years before, virtualization was at its peak. Because of cloud computing, the demand of virtualization came a bit down. But my friend, cloud computing is based on virtualization. Okay, so I have done many things in virtualization. Okay, I'll come to it in more, details actually very soon. But as of now, virtualization, and then with this virtualization, security. Whenever you talk about a computer network, you need to talk about some security, right? Firewalls and different types of security things and all those things. So I have done plenty of things regarding security in my career. Fine. And for last, let's say 6-7 years, my major focus is on cloud computing and the technologies that are related with cloud computing. Okay, so this is me, friend. This is my experience in last 14, 15, or let's say around 16 years of career. Windows Server Administration, Linux Server Administration, Network Administration, Virtualization, Security, and Cloud Computing. Fine. Okay, now let us see what we are going to learn in this particular package. This is not a single course, right? This is a package. So what we have in this package? In this package, we have 3 different courses. One is Linux Server Administration. Second one is Cloud Computing, that is Amazon Web Services. And the third one is the other server administration, that is Windows Server Administration. Okay, so these are the 3 things we have in this single package: Linux Server Administration, Cloud Computing, and Windows Server Administration. So if you go with Linux Server Administration, majority of topics in the Windows Server Administration will remain same. Theoretically, many things are same. The major difference between Windows Server Administration and the Linux Server Administration is the practicals. Windows Server Administration is graphical and Linux Server Administration is CLI, character line interface or command line interface. There is a major difference. But there is something called user in Windows there is a user in Linux. There is a group in Windows. There is a group in Linux. We have to share our files in the Windows server. We have to share the files in our Linux server with permissions and all those things. Okay. Then we have something called DNS server, file server, web server, web server. So see, theoretically, many things will look same in Linux and Windows, but practically they are completely different. So if you know the Linux server administration theory and practical, and when you go to the Windows server administration, you already know the theory. You just need to know practicals. Okay. And there are certain services which are available only in Windows servers. These services cannot be configured on Linux server. But overall, the services will be same. But again, when you talk about two different server operating systems from two different companies, then there must be some other differences also, right? So all these things we will see in great details in our package. Okay. Now, what happened, man? Okay. So just a second, please. Amazon Web Services, and the third one is Windows Server Admin. Okay. Now, when you go with these courses, Linux Server Administration, Cloud Computing, that is Amazon Web Services, and the Windows Server Administration, Linux Server will take around 35 to 40 days. AWS will take around 45 days. So overall, if you go parallelly, then within next 2 months, probably you will finish your Linux Server Administration as well as your Amazon Web Services. Both the things you can finish in next 2 months. Okay, let's say 2 months, 1 week, or 2 months, let's say 10 days. So overall, between 65 to 70 days, you can finish this complete package. Okay. So Linux is for how many days? Between 35 to 40 days. And AWS is for how many days? Around 45 days. And coming to this Windows Server Administration, my friend, we are not learning the live classes. We are not conducting any live classes for Windows Server Administration. I'll share my recorded sessions with you. The latest Windows Server 2022 server administration recording sessions I'll share with you. Okay. So, but you may feel like you're watching a recorded session, and in case if you get a doubt what to do, what I do when we start our regular classes, I'll share an email ID with you and I'll share my personal WhatsApp number. So whenever you have any doubt, whenever you have any questions related to Windows or Linux or AWS or anything that is related with this technology, you can ping me on my WhatsApp number at any time. I'll come to you. I'll address your question at the earliest. Hundreds and hundreds of people will message me every time for some, queries or some doubts and some just to take some suggestions and all those things. Okay, so I'll be available for you on my mail ID as well as on my WhatsApp number. Majority of cases, I'll get a, request on WhatsApp number only. Okay, so I'll address you. I'll help you out in every way possible. Fine. So these are the days it will take. Linux will take approximately 35 to 40 days, and AWS will take approximately 45 to 50 days. Okay, now coming to fee. If you go with the individual courses, let's say Linux, you will be for 5,000 Indian rupees, that is the fees, and AWS is also for 5,000 Indian rupees. Actually, Windows servers will cost you separately, but this is a package, so we are providing Windows Server Administration for free. But in case if you just want to see the charges of the Windows Server, the fees for this Windows Server, it will be again 5,000. So overall, it will be 15,000. 14 to 15,000 rupees will be the fee. But you know what we did now? There is a Diwali around the corner, right? Within like next 1 week or 10 days, there is Diwali. So we have a Diwali offer here, my friend. And this Diwali offer is, you will get all these three courses: Linux Server Administration, Amazon Web Services, and Windows Server Administration recorded sessions for how much? 6,999. This is the offer we have only for Diwali and only till Diwali. Okay, so this is the offer. Hopefully this will be the best offer you can get. So you can, simply get all the services: Windows Server Administration services, Linux Server Administration services, as well as Amazon Web Services. I'll be handling all the three courses: Linux servers, Amazon Web Services, as well as Windows servers. I'll be the person who will taking all the three different courses. Okay, fine. Now, Linux server administration class, we are starting from tomorrow at 9 a.m. When we are starting, friends, we are starting this Linux administration class from tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay, that is Monday. And our AWS sessions will be starting from at 10 a.m. from 24th of this month. 24th means which day? Thursday. So we are starting Linux administration tomorrow, that is Monday, and we'll start Amazon Web Services on Thursday at 10 a.m. So see, every day you will be coming for two classes, Linux Server Administration and Amazon Web Services. So in next 2 months, approximately next 2 months, we will be done with both the courses. After 2 months, you'll be ready to face interview in any company, whether on Linux Server Administration or on cloud computing, or maybe on Windows Server Administration also. You'll be 100% ready to face interview as a fresher or as a 2-3 years of experience person. That much knowledge you will get for sure. You can easily put at least 2 to 3 years of experience on your resume. Just follow the things what I'm asking you to do here in classroom. So once you follow those things, it will be easy for you to face interviews with 2 or 3 years of experience in any company on the face of the earth. Got it, friends? So this is the offer we have as of now. This is the offer because of Diwali festival. And what is the offer here? The course is only for 6,999. Actual fees is more than 10,000 actually, but we are offering this as a Diwali offer for this much. Okay. And when we are starting the class, we are starting the classes from tomorrow at 9 a.m. The Linux Server administration part and the Amazon Web Services will be starting on 24th of this month. That is coming Thursday. Done. This is about your course details. Okay, so you know me now, you know what I have done in my career, and you know about the package also, right? Now let us move and let us say some basic things about Linux server administration and Amazon Web Services. Who can learn these courses? What are the pre-requirements for these courses? Okay, how to learn these courses, how to practice them, where we can get a job. All these things I'll be addressing now about the Windows servers, Linux servers, as well as your Amazon Web Services. Fine. Now, this is a live session, right? And the session has started recording actually. So each and every session will be recorded. I repeat, our each and every session, whether it is Linux server administration or Amazon Web Services, every session will be recorded and all the recordings will be shared with you. All the recordings will be shared with you. Okay. Initially, 2-3 recordings will be available on YouTube, but after 2 to 3 sessions, regular sessions will start. Only paid people will get the recordings. So as of now, this recording session will be there on YouTube. But like I said, you after a couple of days, sessions will be shared only with the people who have registered for this particular course. This is one advantage you can take from these sessions. Recorded classes will help you a lot. In case if you miss any class for some reason, let's say you're traveling somewhere or you're in some party, marriage, or your health is not good, there is also a possibility. So whatever the reason it may be, my friend, if you miss any class for some reason, you know what you can do? You can simply go through the recording sessions. Like, we are having Linux at 9 a.m. Okay, let me just check it once. Just a second, friends. Just a second. Okay, I just need to make a correction here. Yeah, I'm sorry for this. The correction is Linux is not at 9 a.m. and AWS is not at 7 a.m. So let me just correct this. Linux is actually at Yeah, 7 a.m. Already we have some candidates who have already joined for this particular course. So Linux is at 7 a.m. Very sorry for this mistake, my friend. And AWS will be at 9 a.m. These are the actual timings. Okay, so Linux will start from tomorrow itself. Day is confirmed tomorrow and the time is 7 a.m. and AWS will be from Thursday at 9 a.m. Thursday will be 24th of this month. Okay, sorry for this. I hope you remember this now. Fine. Now, moving back to our package. This is a package where you are learning 3 different courses and the Diwali offer is there. So please try to grab this. If you're interested, please grab this opportunity. You'll be learning 3 technologies in, great detail, starting from very basics up to the advanced level. You'll be learning all these things. Okay. Now, what you're expecting in Linux server administration and AWS administration, what you can learn here actually. So when you go to this Linux server administration, let us ask some questions to ourselves. Like in Linux admin, the first question I'll raise here is, what are the pre-requirements or prerequisite to learn Linux? I repeat, what are the prerequisites to learn Linux server administration? Now, okay, I got a question here. Will I get the recording sessions? Of course, Yogesh. Every session will be recorded and every session will be shared with you. From day 1 to the last day of your course, each and every session will be recorded and all the recordings will be shared with you. For sure. Okay. Now, what about Windows Server Administration? All papers, is it live? No, it is not live. With the Windows, I'll be sharing with you the recorded sessions, my latest recorded sessions on Windows administration. Because, if you go with Linux administration, you know about the server administration, what is happening in the server administration, what is a user, what is a group, what is a permission, how to connect, how to configure, how to install applications, how to do monitoring, how to do the process management. You know all these things in Linux. If you go to the Windows, you do the same thing. You do the same thing in a different operating system. So Linux classes will be there. Live classes will be there. Theory and practicals will be there. So if you know the theory of Linux, it will not be difficult for you to go with Windows Server Administration. That is the reason I'm saying I'll be sharing the recorded sessions with you about the Windows Server Administration. And in case if you still have any doubt when you watch those recorded sessions, you can get in touch with me at any time on my WhatsApp number. Got it? But I can say with 100% guarantee, if you come in my Linux classes every day, if you attend all the classes, you will not feel a single difficulty also. You will not get a single doubt also in Windows Server Administration. But still, if you get a doubt, I'm available for you on my WhatsApp. Okay, so you are getting recorded sessions of all these 3 courses: Windows servers, Linux servers, and Amazon Web Services. Fine. Now, let us address this question. What are the pre-requirements to learn the Linux Server Administration course? See, there are absolutely no prerequisites, my friend. If you have just finished your graduation, bachelor's or master's in any group, let's say someone has done MBA in marketing, someone is a BCom graduate, someone has done civil engineering, someone is a mechanical engineer, someone is from IT background, non-IT background, whatever the background you're coming from, my friend, it doesn't matter. Linux operating system is a very, you know, actually, you know about operating systems, right? You're using operating systems for many years. So you know some basics of operating systems there. So Linux operating systems, we are learning from very basic level, from the scratch level, like what is Linux, how to do the installation, how to connect to the Linux, how to do the basic configuration. So we are learning everything from the basics up to the advanced level. So, are there any prerequisites to learn Linux administration? Answer is absolutely no. There are no prerequisites. Any person with a computer can learn the Linux administration. Job done. Okay. Any person can learn. Okay. So there are no prerequisites. But the next question is, okay, there are no prerequisites, but who should learn this? Who should learn the Linux administration? Listen, my friend. Any person, like I said, you any person who just finished their graduation, okay, or maybe who is interested in system administration or server administration field, okay, or maybe if you're interested in cloud computing, DevOps administration, cyber security and ethical hacking, if you're a developer or if you're in testing, if you're a programmer, from whichever background you're coming, my friend, or wherever you want to go, cloud computing, DevOps, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, developers, testers, server administrators, system administrators, each and every person should know about the Linux administration, my friend. There is no if and but here. Every person who is into this particular field or any person who is planning to go into this particular field, cybersecurity is quite in demand. Many people are more interested in learning cybersecurity, DevOps, and cloud computing. These are some of the, most demanding job roles we have across the globe for last some years. And for many more years to come, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and DevOps will be at the top of the list. But what are the prerequisites to learn all these things? The prerequisites to learn all these things is actually your Linux server administration. What are the prerequisites? Linux server administration. To learn Linux server administration, there are no prerequisites. To learn Linux server administration, there are no prerequisites. Okay. But to learn cloud computing or cyber security, okay. To learn cyber security, cloud computing, DevOps, and all those things, the prerequisite is indeed your Linux server administration. Just try to get the difference here. Okay. Now, let's say you completed your Linux server administration. Then what? Obviously, you need to apply for some job. So the next question here is where we can get a job, where we can apply for a job. Friends, you talk about any company actually, any business on the face of the earth. If that business has a application, a server or some data, then Linux servers will be used there. Linux as well as Windows servers will be used there. Now tell me any company which is not on internet or any company they are not doing business over the internet. It's very difficult to imagine companies, right? Every company is literally available on internet. Let's say whether it is a food delivering company, some different things delivering like Flipkart and Amazon. Okay, or let's say if there is a company which is related to movie streaming apps, if there is a company that is related to, let's say, banking sector, okay, any MNC multinational companies that are related to IT and all those things, software development company, okay, schools, colleges, universities, shopping malls, hospitals, you just name a business, you just name a company where the computer network is not available today. I will not get an answer actually, because there is no company where the computer network is not available. There is no company which is not connected to the internet. The business is running on internet, right? How you can reach me, how I can reach you, if there is a business between us, through the internet, we can reach each other. So where we can get a job after completing our Linux administration, just you can apply for a job in any company on the face of the earth, my friend. Absolutely any company. Okay, done. Now, the next question is, how to do practice. Okay, you're learning about server administration. So it is about theory and then it is about practicals also, right? Without theory and practicals, you cannot learn anything. So we have theory as well as we have practicals here. So theoretically, I'll be showing you all these things in great details here, but practically, I'll show you practicals. But the question here is how you can do practicals. So, it's very simple, my friend. To do the practicals of Linux or Windows servers, you can simply download a particular software. This software is actually known as this one, Oracle VirtualBox. Can you see the software here? You can download this Oracle VirtualBox, which is a free software. I'll show you how to download it for sure. Okay, so you can download this Oracle VirtualBox, and by using this Oracle VirtualBox, you can do all the practicals of Windows servers or Linux servers. So you already have some servers here actually. So you can download and you can do the practicals on this. Instead of Oracle VirtualBox, if you already have this VMware workstation in your machine, then you can go with this VMware Workstation also. So it should be either Oracle VirtualBox or it should be either VMware Workstation. Okay, so using these softwares, these are known as virtual hypervisor softwares. We can create some virtual machines and we can do all the practicals there. Okay, but in this virtual machine, we need a operating system also, my friend. So what operating system we need? Linux server operating system we need and Windows server operating system we need. So from where we can get this Linux server operating system and Windows server operating system? We can get Linux server operating system and Windows server operating system freely available on internet. See, Linux is free every time. 24/7, 365 days, Linux operating system is absolutely free. Coming to Windows Server operating system, it is free only till 180 days. 180 days means, my friend, 6 months. You can finish Windows Server administration within 15 to 20 days actually. After completing Linux administration within 15 to 20 days, you can complete your Windows Server administration also. So literally both the server operating systems are available over the internet and you can install them, you can download them, you can do all the practicals. How to install or how to download first of all, then how to install and how to do the practicals. That is what we will see in our regular classes. Done. So how to do practicals? It's not a big deal. There is no need to have a server in your company or in your home. You just need to take a laptop or a desktop and then do the practicals. Job done. Okay. Then the last question from the Linux server administration is what to learn in Linux. What exactly I need to learn as a Linux administrator? What exactly I need to know as a Linux administrator? Let me just take you through the syllabus here, friends. Hopefully, management will share you the syllabus once we finish our class. Okay, this is your complete package and this is what we are learning. So in Linux administration, we will take the overview of Linux, Unix. We'll start from the basics. Okay, then we will see how to install the Linux administration in VirtualBox. We will see the design of Linux administration, the architecture of Linux. This is indeed the most important part of our administration. If you know how the Linux is designed, how it is working, it will be very easy for you to do all the practicals. Many people are confused in the architecture of Linux, the design of Linux, how it is designed, what we can do at what place. If you know this, things will be very much easy for you, my friend. Okay, so we'll see this in great details. Then we will see commands in Linux. We'll start with the basic commands around 30 to 40, or let's say up to 50 basic commands we will see. So once we are done with the basic commands, then we will move into the administration. Okay, there is one more question here. RHEL9 OS, will you share? RHEL9 OS, I will show you how to download. If you still want me to share this software, I can share you. But my friend, that is around 10 GB or more than 10 GB actually. So downloading the software is not at all a big deal. There are certain basic steps we need to follow. You can easily download this RHEL 9 point latest version for free. Okay, Uday? We'll see that. But see, we'll see the commands here, then we will see files and directories. You may feel like, okay, creating file and directory, already in Windows, right? You know how to create a file and you know how to create a folder. But Linux is something a bit different, my friend. It may take around 3 classes actually for us to see how to create files and directories and how to do all the other things with these files and directories. Then if you want to do some editing with the file, we have something called VI reader or VIM editor. We'll see these things. Then there is something called soft link and hard link. Hmm? We have some filtering commands. We have some advanced filtering commands. We have file systems, permissions, ownership. See, whatever I have written here, my friend, whatever things are written here, when you get a job in a company, this is what you do on day one, maybe. And suppose someone is working in this Linux server administration for last 10, 12, 15, or let's say 20 years. For last 20 years, every day, he might be using some of these options there. These are the, backbone of our Linux server administration. So we'll see all these things in great details. Then we'll go to the disk management. Your storage will be there. So how we can manage the storage in much better way. Okay, then we'll go with the boot process. What is boot process, how the Linux is coming, actually all these things we'll discuss in group boot process. Then run levels, this is again a very important concept. Some run levels will be there, we will see those things. Then user management and group management. See, whether you are a Linux admin or a cloud admin, cyber security admin, DevOps admin, developer, programmer, whatever you are, my friend, whatever things I have written there, every person should know all these things. There is no if and there is no but. Every person should know all these things. Okay. Now, with this, we will go with the advanced concepts like access control list, sudo, package, how to install a particular software, yum or DNF. We will see the process management. We will see how we can take a backup and how we can restore the backup. Okay. Then automation. There is something called cron jobs, by using which we can do some automation there. Okay, then we will see some networking concepts there, NIC teaming and how to configure IP addresses and how to provide the server for users and all those things. Then we will see some servers like FTP server, DNS server, Apache server. So these are the things you will be learning in your Linux administration, my friend. So when I say the basic commands of Linux, I'm not adding what are the commands we are learning there. It can be 30, 40, 50 commands. So if I just try to write all the commands in the curriculum will go up to like 10, 12 or maybe like 15 pages. So I've just added the major points here. Okay. So when I say soft link and hard link, maybe it will take half an hour for us to know the difference between soft link and hard link and the practicals of soft link and hard link. When I say creating files and directory permissions, maybe it will take more than one class for us. So like this, we'll be learning all these things in great details. So as a fresher or as a 2-3 years of experienced person or any person who is in this IT industry for last 15, 20 years, all these people know about all the things that I have mentioned here. And if you are a fresher, if you're starting the career, you should learn this. Without this, you cannot manage anything in Linux server. You cannot do anything in Linux server. Done. This is about your Linux server administration. Fine. Now, let us move to the Amazon Web Services. Let us see what we can learn in this Amazon Web Services and how to learn them. First of all, same question. Prerequisite to learn AWS. AWS is Amazon Web Services. It is a cloud technology offered by Amazon people. So prerequisite to learn AWS. Okay. If I say there are no prerequisites to learn AWS, I'm not wrong here actually. If you're a fresher, today itself or now itself, you can start learning your AWS without any issue. But in AWS or in cloud, there are different modules available. One module is related with servers, one module is related with networks, one module is related with storage, one module is related with database, one module is related with security. So there are different modules available here, friends. This is what cloud is more interesting. So there are different modules available. So if you're a fresher, you will be learning all these modules from very basic up to the advanced level. Fine. You'll be learning everything from basics. But friends, if you already have some knowledge of servers, then this server module will look more easier for you. If you have some knowledge of networking, the networking module will look more easier for you. But again, having said that, if you are a fresher with no knowledge of anything in IT, still you can learn AWS from very basic level up to the advanced level. The course that I have for my AWS is for a fresher or for a person who is already working in a company as a server administrator or a network administrator, or for a person who is coming from some other background. Maybe someone is a programmer, maybe someone is into Python developer or a Java developer field. Any person can learn this AWS course, my friend. Absolutely fine for anyone. Zero. No. See, if I say, do you know how to use a computer? If I ask you this question, that will be a silly question, right? Because we are in 2024. Everyone knows how to use a computer and how to use the internet. That's it. Okay. Now, the second question I need to address here is, who should learn AWS? The answer for this question is still same. Who should learn AWS? Any person who is a graduate in any field, it doesn't matter. Any graduate, any system administrator, any network administrator. If you're planning to go in DevOps, you should know the cloud. If you're planning to go in cybersecurity, you should know the cloud. If you're a developer or into testing field, you still need to know the cloud. Okay. And if you want to make a career in cloud itself, then obviously we need to start from here. Got it? So any person who is into any of this field, like server administration, system administration, DevOps, cyber security, ethical hacking, developer, programmer, tester, whatever you may call it as, every person should learn this. And again, if you still want to go especially in the cloud career itself, you can go in cloud career itself, but for that also you need to start from this particular place only. Okay. Now, the third question I need to address here is, you're learning cloud, but how to do practicals? How to do practicals in cloud? Friends, we have a free account in AWS. See, I'll be logging with my account here. This is my free account in Amazon Web Services. I will show you how to create an account for yourself also in coming classes. So by using this free AWS account, you can simply do all the practicals in AWS. Let me just enter one of my MFA multi-factor authentication code. So it is 176784. That's it. I have successfully logged into my AWS account. Like, for Linux, you need to download something, right? But for AWS, you just need to create an account there. What you need to do, you just need to create a free account. Creating this account is something like creating a Gmail account or a Facebook account. It is so simple. Create this particular account and then do the practicals. Say this is your EC2, one of the service. And in this EC2, if I go and say launch instance here, see what I'll see here now. Can you see here Amazon Linux, Ubuntu Linux, Red Hat Linux, and here you can see Windows servers. Can you imagine a cloud computing setup without a Linux server or a Windows server? Of course, no. That is literally not possible. So see, we already have some Linux here. We have SUSE Linux also, we have Debian also, and we have like all the other Linux operating systems available. So this is your AWS console. You will get the console exactly like this, my friend. Exactly like this. Is it free of cost? Of course, it is free of cost. But there are certain things we need to take care. See, my current charges, can you see here $0.20? That means I already got around 20 rupees bill for the month of October. 20 rupees, Indian rupees. That is my bill for this particular month. So AWS account is free, but there are certain services which are not free. So for those services, we have to pay money, some basic money, let us say 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees per month. It's not a big deal, right? So it's not a big deal to create a AWS account, and it's not a big deal to do practicals. You will get the account for free. Okay. But in case if you're not using it properly, they may ask you to pay some money. And in case if you're not paying money, let's say you got a bill of, let's say 10,000 rupees for some reason, you're still a fresher, you're trying to learn something there, and you could not do some practicals there, or you have done the practicals, you have not deleted those practicals, those services, charges will be applied. So in case if you get a bill of 10,000, will they take money forcefully from us? Will they deduct money forcefully from our bank account? Answer is no. If you get more billing for a particular month, just deactivate your account and then just create a new account. Job done. Okay. Now, who is using cloud computing? Listen carefully, friends. Let's say someone is into the education field. Someone is in media, someone is in, let us say, entertainment field, healthcare, insurance, social media applications, web applications, e-commerce applications, mail applications, file applications, banking applications. Okay, space research organizations like ISRO and NASA. I have not mentioned any of the IT companies here, right? I have just named the companies which are non-IT in a way. Healthcare is a non-IT company. Education, maybe it's a non-IT company, right? And with these companies, obviously the IT companies. So literally every business on the face of the earth is connected to cloud computing, my friend. So the bottom line here is every company is connected to the Linux servers and every company is connected to the cloud. No ifs and no buts. Each and every company is connected to the Linux administration, Linux servers, as well as they are connected to cloud. Now the question here is, where is the Linux server? Is it there within their company or over the cloud? That's the difference. Okay, this will be a bit difficult point to understand as of now. We'll come to this again in great details later. But if you are a Linux administrator and a cloud administrator, I'm not saying Linux administrator or a cloud administrator. I'm saying if you're a Linux administrator and a cloud administrator, literally your requirement is there in every company on the face of the earth. The company can be of any business. It can be e-commerce company. It can be a healthcare company. It can be some, entertainment company. It can be a banking sector. It can be any XYZ company. Your requirement will be there in that company for sure. Just imagine, my friend, how much, job opportunities you will get once you do with this particular package, Linux Server Administration in ADM. This is a very deadly combination, my friend. To kickstart your career in this particular field, this is one of the best opportunity or best careers you can take. Okay, because of Diwali, the fees has been decreased, but in most of the cases, I think money should not matter in a way, but still the fees has been decreased drastically. You are getting good offer here, but still the top priority for you should be learning the Linux server administration and the Amazon Web Services. There is a cloud service. If you can do these two things, your resume will be highlighted very well. Companies will look at your resume with lot of hope. Companies are looking for people who knows the server part as well as the cloud part. If I just do the Linux administration without the knowledge of cloud, and if I just do the cloud without the knowledge of Linux, I'm not completely there into this field, my friend. Maybe I'm not getting a call also. Let's say out of like say 100 calls, maybe 3 to 4 companies or 5 companies may call me. But if I know the Linux as well as cloud, 100 out of 100 companies will call me for sure. Okay. And the last question is what to learn in cloud. So what to learn in cloud? There are certain services available. Like I said, you friends, services are related on server administration, Windows and Linux servers. Networking part is it. There is something called VPC. Storage services will be there. Something like, let me just take you through the syllabus. S3 and all the other things. So these are the things we'll be learning here. See? We need to go through the networking basics here, starting with, and then we'll go with the advanced part of networking. And there is something called virtual private cloud, a very, very important module. Then we will see many things in virtual private cloud. Then we'll go to the server. Okay, we'll be learning about the differences between physical and virtual server. And then in AWS, we'll just take the introduction to introduction to Linux servers and Windows servers. Only basic introduction. That's it. Okay, but administration you are learning in a different class, but in AWS you need to know the basics here. So we'll just go through some basics here, and then we'll go with this EC2, one of the most important service ever on cloud. Okay, and here we have like many other things to learn. Like there is something called uh, alarms, how we can set alarms there. There is something called security group, how we can provide security to our EC2 machine. Security group is actually your firewall. Okay, then we have something called file system. Then we have something called identity and access management. Okay, then we have storage here. So there are many things you're learning in AWS that will make you ready to face interview anywhere and you can work anywhere. Out of all these things, whatever we are learning, once you get a job in a company, maybe your responsibility can be there only on network access control list and security group. See how many services you're learning there. You're learning many, many services. But a company can hire you on the basis of your cloud knowledge, and they can say, these are the 2 services on which you're working from today. Security group and network access control list. That's it. So while learning, you need to learn many things, but while working, your responsibility will be there on one or two services. Every company will work in this way, my friend. Each and every company will work in this way. Okay, so that's it, friends. That's it for the day. This is something about your Windows servers, Linux servers, and Amazon Web Services. I hope it is clear what you're going to learn in this particular course, in this particular package. Okay, so these are some of the basic questions that I need to address about the Linux servers as well as the Amazon Web Services. So tomorrow, 7 a.m. What's the day today? 21st of October at morning 7 a.m. We'll be starting our Linux server administration. And after like 3 days, that is on 24th of this month, that is on Thursday, we'll be starting our AWA. So as of now, because of Diwali, we have this offer here. All the three courses we are offering only for 6,999 Indian rupees. So in this particular course, you will be getting all the theoretical things that you need to know, practicals, recorded sessions will be there. Each and every session we will share with you. Okay. Interview question answers discussions will be there in our classroom itself. Okay. Then I'll share my WhatsApp number as well as my mail ID so that whenever you have any doubt, you can just come to me to clear that particular doubt. Okay, that's it for the day, friends. Thanks again for joining and very good luck. If you have already decided to go with cloud and Linux as your career, you have selected a great career for yourself, my friend. Just stick to it. There is a lot of scope in this particular career. More job opportunities are there. Good packages are there. Job security is there. Whatever you're dreaming of, everything you can achieve in this particular field. Okay, so when to learn, where to learn, that's a different case. But in a friendly way, I'm saying here, if you have already decided to go with cloud or Linux as your career, you can see yourself working on this particular path for rest of your life. Done. I'm here for like, 1 or 2 more minutes. If you have any doubts or questions, we will see. Or else we can stop the session for today and we'll meet again tomorrow at 7 a.m. India Standard Time. And like you have already sent messages in the chat box, every day I'm expecting some messages in the chat box because, if the sessions are more interactive, the sessions can go a bit deep actually. It will be more interesting. If I'm just speaking, I'm not getting any response from your side. I'll be a bit confused actually, like how much you're able to understand. In case if you're not able to understand a particular topic or particular concept, feel free to stop me there itself and ask me to revise. I'll do that more than happily actually. Okay, fine. So that's it for the day, friends. Take care and hope to see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m. India Standard Time with our Linux administration classes. Good luck. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.